Tonight on Earth News, a woman hid a loaded gun in her body. A rolling bachelor party heads sour when they find a dead body in the car.
Okay.
And can Brad stay in the camera shot for more than just 5 seconds? All this tonight on Earth News. So I was watching it, I'm like, oh hey,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm Mark Crandall,
And I'm Brad Crandall.
and this must be Earth News?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do Earth News. Why not?
It's been a while, and I've missed it, and we're back.
We missed you guys. I know. Please save the applause for the end of the show. I mean, you gotta at least wait and watch.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can applause.
All right. Okay. All right. Bring it on. All right. On a poll, how many? We did one of those Twitter polls. You know those Twitter polls they have now? It's A, B, or C,
Heard
whatnot. How much? We said how much did people miss Earth News? And the first one was a lot. The second one was a lot more than a lot, and the third one was an elephant. And for some reason, a lot more people voted for an elephant. But the majority was a lot. So we're back. We're back.
Tell them the truth, there were no votes.
There were no votes. Actually, we just made up that poll.
But people have been missing us. So
But people
we're
did
back.
miss us, and we've been asked for new episodes. So here we are. And we got to start with a woman who lit a loaded gun inside her body. Now, police say that a woman smuggled a stolen loaded gun into a jail, which they discovered during the body cavity search. Officers searched Dallas Archer, 19, while booking her in the Kingsport jail, and found the .22 caliber revolver inside her crotch. Ouch. After checking gun records, police learned the gun was reported stolen last year. Officials initially said that she was arrested for driving on a suspended license, but now Archer is also facing charges for possession of stolen property and bringing contraband into the jail.
Wow.
So
there was a cavity search.
there was a cavity search, and if you're going in and you're being arrested, I guess you go hard. She definitely would have been packing.
Did it say what kind of gun?
It said a .22 caliber revolver. Didn't say what make or model.
Those aren't huge. Right?
Yeah, I mean
It's
it's
funny if she put like a huge
like a huge, massive rifle. Somehow, but
yeah.
you know where it was? It was up her crotch. That was a body cavity search, so that must have taken time
I don't know.
and effort and.
We don't know. It could have went in easy.
Yeah.
But do I have something for you guys?
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, have you heard about the reporter that was reporting about he was in the Middle East and he was saying he says there's a half ton of heroin, opium, hashish, and other narcotics were burning behind him, and he was going to report it, and he just kept breaking out in laughter. He couldn't report it because he got high off the fumes. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I think you can listen to it. Here.
Burning behind me is 8.5 tons of heroin, opium, hashish, and other narcotics. Burning behind me.
So you get the point. It was kind of funny.
He couldn't help himself. Burning behind me is. He's definitely enjoying every single second. Could you imagine just Like that's oh yeah, this huge fire behind me is entirely heroin and marijuana plants and just enjoying the
Oh my
scenery.
god, it was funny though in the video that you can hear the cameraman giggling too. So, definitely-
Anywhere they got a
definitely
little
morons.
too close to the fumes of the fire.
Yeah,
Way
Pretty
too
funny.
close.
so,
They got a case of the giggles.
yeah, they did.
So a rolling bachelor party headed for Kentucky Derby finals found a dead body in their RV. Now, a road trip to Kentucky Derby sounds like it's a pretty cool bachelor party, especially with plenty of beer and everything. But remember, don't drink and drive. These guys were getting in an RV with some beers and a corpse. A group of buddies from Minnesota were set to drive an RV that they rented from the Twin Cities to the Kentucky Derby for some impending groom as Dan Trainor's bachelor party. Unfortunately, someone stashed a dead guy in the RV they rented, and the trip hit a snag. The first hint of death, they were quoted as saying, when one of the guys opened a front compartment on one side, then closed the door, that sent off the whoosh of an odd odor. When the door on the other side of the front was opened, that's when the body was spotted. So Wannick, one of the buddies there, he said that he saw the body from the knees down, feet bare and with pants on. And described it as a man who didn't look fresh. Let's put it that way. So the party barely got on the road before they discovered the dead man, and police were notified. They were initially suspicious of the group themselves because it was 11 guys traveling with a dead body in the car, but quickly realized they were innocent. Police have not identified the dead man yet or indicated a cause of death, but the owner of the RV might have some leads. John Kirk, one of the passengers, said that he and some of the others were told the RV's owner had cautioned that the two compartments near the front do not work and should not be opened. So this guy, I'm pretty sure if we have a follow-up on that, this guy is arrested.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Owner of the RV goes, just don't touch those two front compartments.
I did hear about that one though. That's pretty crazy. And did it say the guy had his pants on?
Yeah, the dead guy had bare feet in his pants
But
on.
he wasn't fresh.
Yeah, but he's
Well,
probably there for a good...
Of course not. When you die, you crap your pants. Everybody knows that. No, he had his pants on.
Yep.
We were definitely not clean. And he
I
was
just...
dead.
And that
Probably
just stinks.
smelled
What a snag to a bachelor party. All right, guys, we're going to have some fun. We got some beers. And usually towards the end, that's where in the movies you'll find the dead body. They found the dead body before the party even got started.
Oh my god.
So hopefully the rest of the trip was good,
Probably guys drinking in the back.
Off to the bad start. They probably couldn't even smell it at first, Does that smell? Did you do what I think you did?
I don't know, they might have smelled it.
He smelt it, and then he who smelt it dealt it.
There you go.
So no one wanted to admit to the smell.
Did you hear about the wife that catches her hubby having sex with her twin sister in a
Whoa.
mall parking lot? And then the wife ends up getting in the car because they both run away naked.
Mm-hmm.
And the wife gets in the car and locks the door and drives away. It's I thought this was funny too because it's just like if people saw them, they would just think that it was her and her husband having sex. If the twin looks alike.
Yeah.
And so
They would think nothing of it. They'd be like, "Oh, that's just her twin,"
Yeah.
or that's her.
yeah, that's
Oh,
her. Yeah.
these people are weird because
Exactly.
all right, they're exhibitionists. But why'd they get a third person to drive their car away?
Yeah,
They're just standing outside naked. Book them, Daniel.
That's always tough too with twins. It's just like, do you think my sister's hot? You're like, I mean, I'm with you. You guys look exactly the same.
Yeah, especially.
No.
Come
Come on.
Yeah,
Love
yeah, no. I mean, yes.
She's pretty.
She's because if you say no, I'm not attracted
yeah,
to her. She could be
exactly.
like, "What? Am I ugly?" You know, she looks just like me. You're like, "This is a loaded question. I don't have an answer, honey."
Crazy.
I plead the fifth for this one. Too
Yeah.
bad you couldn't.
I have another threesome story too. That's pretty messed up. Should we
Yeah,
just roll right into
Just
that?
roll with the punches. Go 3-3.
Okay, so a 32-year-old man is recovering after being attacked with a bright red tire iron near a porta potty. This guy,
I gotta hear this one.
Glenda Rodriguez. No, Glenda Rodriguez was the girl, 33, and Luis Figueroa, 18, are now facing a list of felony charges, including attempted murder, first-degree murder. No, attempted first-degree murder, and first-degree assault. Figueroa's 16-year-old girlfriend is an alleged accomplice, and her records are sealed because she is a juvenile. But what happened was Hernandez and Rodriguez lived in the same home or whatever, and Hernandez came out of work early and then found a threesome going on, got all upset. Then Rodriguez ended up, like on a different time, ended up bribing him with sex to a porta-john, like out, like by a porta-john, and then the kids jumped out of the porta-john and tried to beat him to death, pretty much, and then he got fixed up.
He was mad. He came back and there was a threesome going on in his place, and he's like, "We're gonna get this guy.
It's
We're gonna
crazy.
get him." Ugh. Well, jail time might be good because if he had walked in and saw it and was like, "Wow, this is exciting," I'm gonna walk out.
Yeah.
Like we'll discuss this at a later time, but they're like, "No, let's bash his head in."
Yeah,
this
right?
and that.
Oh my
Like,
god. It's
that's
terrible.
absolutely crazy. Speaking of sex, the principal was removed after sex in school probe. The Queen's principal was yanked from school, and shocking allegations that she had sex with a guard, an assistant principal, and a parent.
What?
She had trysts in school while classes were in session, and had photos of her sexcapades on department laptops.
Wow.
So Annie Schmaltz Safula, 35, the principal of the 7th to 12th grade Robert Wagner Secondary School of Arts and Technology in Long Island City, was escorted from the school this Thursday as investigators seized computers and other electronics from her office and home. This the Post had learned that she was quoted as saying, the Department of Education spokesman said that we are appalled by these disturbing allegations and acted swiftly to remove the principal while the matter is under investigation. This type of alleged, one of my favorite words, behavior is completely unacceptable from any DOE employee. Her sudden removal comes after a romance gone bad with the student's dad. What? The angry the student's dad, turned over 3 Department of Education laptops he obtained while living with Safula, including MacBooks containing photos of herself in racy lingerie and various sex acts, including a threesome. So this guy was all mad that his girl, broke up with him. So he goes, "All right, I'm gonna get even." So he gave all the evidence, all the laptops with her and Lacey on lingerie and racy threesomes, and
But the guy or person that saw the footage was like,
it's like, whoa, we
okay.
we gotta take care of this footage right after. Well, guys, I gotta. Excuse me, I'm gonna be back and check out
Stick
this
drive?
footage.
Yeah, I bet.
He just comes back. He goes, "Okay, I've deliberated a punishment based on the footage. We're gonna have to let her go." But she got removed, and that just stinks because she probably just didn't want to be with the guy anymore.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's parading her photos everywhere. So be careful. The matter is still under investigation
check this
right
out.
now, but I can't imagine that things went too well after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But a parent-teacher conference turned into a problem, I guess, right? Because how else would the ex-student's father know,
did you hear about this crazy thing that yeah, ISIS, scary stuff, nothing to joke about. But yeah, ISIS actually, they hacked a Twitter account. What they do? Oh yeah, ISIS hacks the CENTCOM's Twitter and YouTube page, and then tweeted, "American soldiers, we are coming. Watch your back, ISIS."
Whoa.
And then I also found out that they are harvesting human body parts to help pay for their stuff. So
Really?
yeah, of their wounded people and people they kidnapped, of taking body parts and harvesting them and selling them.
That's messed up. Yeah, these guys. Well,
Messed up.
yeah. Most recently, ISIS lost a region that they took over again. So, hopefully, we'll have better news to report on. Plus, all you gotta do is seriously send a few pissed off people over there. People that are pissed off at this footage, go. Don't have the enlist. Just have them just barrel in.
You know what I think's kind of crazy too is the whole North Korea thing in the movie The Interview.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like people are poking the bear,
I know,
this guy's
why-
got a nuke, and you're making fun of him. It's kind of scary. I
Well,
don't
not
know.
only that, but you have people like Dennis Rodman going over there and teaching North Koreans basketball and watching. They set up a league and everything. Then you have people. I'm like, actually, Seth Rogen, if you're watching this, I'm calling you out, buddy. That's it, you and me. Get some publicity going. But no, I mean, why are you gonna poke a sleeping giant? Is basically it. They got a nuke. Don't poke fun. And as a matter of fact, if Dennis Rodman can sit down with the guy and teach, and do some basketball and stuff, why can't you sit down and be like, hey, what do you think of this movie? What's going on? It'd be like, nah, we can't do that. Well, we'll just wait till the next production of President Obama comes out. He looks like a goofball.
I mean, I would just hate to see him do something and then have us to just be the blame, in movies.
Be like,
It's
well, it was Universal.
well,
that
yeah,
did that.
enough people ticked this guy off to the point where he went mad, where he's already mad. So.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was all right. It wasn't anything special in the
Yeah.
movie either. So it's kind of crazy. But speaking of crazy, a brawl erupted after a groom palmed, I should say, a waitress at his own wedding. This happened in Pittsburgh. A groom became handsy with a pregnant waitress at his wedding reception and tried to pour alcohol down her throat, then resisted arrest after getting into a fight with her boyfriend, police said. So Mark Williams, 33, of Crafton, was charged with riot, harassment, and resisting arrest Monday in the altercation during his wedding cruise above the Gateway Clipper. According to a criminal complaint, Williams touched the waitress several times, then scuffled with her boyfriend, whom she had phoned after the boat docked just before 1 a.m. The groom's brother and off-duty state trooper David Williams is also accused of assaulting 2 Pittsburgh police officers called to the scenes. David Williams, 35, of Plum, faces the same charges as the groom, plus obstructing law enforcement and disorderly conduct. This policeman, had his brother's back, but his brother was being a moron and grabbing this pregnant waitress. So the waitress, it wasn't the first time or the second time, so the waitress called her boyfriend. As the boat docked, the boyfriend came out and just, so unbelievable. I mean, and then the cops were called because of this fight that erupted, and I mean, they sided with the waitress, and the waitress's boyfriend. The boyfriend didn't get any charges for it. He was just defending, his girlfriend and being like, "Hey, buddy, back off." And then the state trooper, this other guy who was drunk, when the cops came, resisted arrest, and were still fighting with the boyfriend. So it was pretty messed up situation. Those boys, when they get that maple syrup in them, they get all antsy and them pantsy.